What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. We grinding. Back talking some real trill boxing talk. Let's get into it. And people keep saying, well, Swift Jarrett Hurd has fought 3 tough fights in a row. Or did he make, 2 of those 3 fights tougher than what they had to be? At the end of the day, this is Austin Trout. The same Austin Trout y'all telling me that's we're at war and tour and that's old. That Jermell Charlo beating. Jermell Charlo, if you want to be real, he beat him better than Hurd did. When you talk about he took less punishment. Hurd was down. Hurd lost the first 6, 7, 8 rounds of that fight. People forget that. And Tony Harrison, he had already been knocked out by Willie Nelson. So he was never considered a blue chipper. Tony Harrison was never considered a blue chipper. He was just coming off fighting guys like Bronco McCart and Grady Brewer. 2 senior citizens with a certified AARP card. Come on now. Ain't nobody ever said, oh, Tony Harrison, he going to be a great champion one day. Or he going to be one of the best of the 154. No. Only tough fight he fought was Arizlani Lara. And people keep saying, well, you hating on Hurd. And you said Hurd is a duck. He is ducking. And what people don't understand is they want to say, oh, he fought 3 tough fights in a row. What the fuck that got to do with anything? His words was, I'm trying to be undisputed so I can move up to 160. And he said, this is what happened. The WBA ordered a rematch versus him and Arizlani Lara, which is rightfully the right thing to do because Lara was a long-reigning champion. It was a close fight. This is the same dude that was down on all cards to Arizlani Lara before he scored that knockdown. Okay? So, that's facts. I'm not saying that that's a lie. That's a fact. But like I said, man, people always going to say, you a hitter. He's going around saying he going to whoop on Jermell Charlo. He can get it next, and then what? He turned around and said, oh, before that, I got to fight a right-hander. As soon as he won the belt, he turned into a businessman. Am I lying? Oh, you know what, man, it's a business, and Charlo got to understand I'm the A side and this and that. All right, we feel that. But you was just talking all that Billy Bass shit, about beating Charlo. Then he posted a meme with Charlo with the lion saying he come out the jungle. He going to be wearing a lion. Well, a lion ain't in the jungle, my nigga. So you need to get some education first. The DMV, Maryland School District, failing them kids down there. Because him and Tank a little bit slow, especially if you think, a lion is in the jungle. All right, so, he did all this taunting. This is why I'm saying he ducking. Now, put the Lara shit aside. Put the right-hander shit aside. He's doing all this talking, knowing that he about to have surgery, or knowing that his shoulder messed up, or knowing that he wasn't going to fight Charlo next. He doing all this talking. They saying Al Heyman want Charlo and Hurd next. They saying Steven Espinoza want it next. But he doing all this talking. He's an open book. Oh, I beat Charlo. I knock him out. He put memes up. He talking reckless. He got his new belts. He shining his belts. He talking all this shit, right? But then he turns around and says, oh, my shoulder. I hurt my shoulder versus Lara. Ain't mentioned none of that shit. Keith Thurman Jr., that's a duck. If you knew your shoulder was fucked up, okay? Excuse my French. You knew your shoulder was fucked up, all right? Then why are you baiting? Why are you baiting the guy knowing you're not about to fight him? And then after that, you say you want to fight a right-hander. Why do you need to fight a right-hander, okay? Why would you need to fight a right-hander and you a right-hander? No matter how many southpaws you fight in a row. A right-hander, you can find them in any gym. You can walk in the gym and find a right-hander. So there ain't no excuse. So the excuses that he putting up, making it a duck. So let me get that out here and finish the video. These wasn't 3 tough fights. These are 3, well, at least 2 of these fights are 2 fights that he made tough. With Trout and Harrison, them ain't no 2 tough fights. Come on. If anybody else had beat Trout and Harrison at that point, like Jermell did, oh, he an old man, he this and that. And he was getting beat by both of them. It wasn't just a competitive fight. He was getting stumped by all 3 of them. He was getting put in the pine box early on in the fights, especially Harrison and Trout. He was getting put in the pine box. He was getting boxed up. Next thing you know, they was gonna be UPS in his ass back home. Truthfully, don't try to come on here and say he fought 3 hard fights. No, when he fought Tony Harrison, that was supposed to be a cherry pick for a title. Let's keep it true. When he fought Austin Trout, that was supposed to be a showcase his skills. He made it a tougher fight. Lara's the only tough fight that he fought. And people say, we got all the belt. What does a belt mean, being a title holder most of the time? Unless you beat another elite junior middleweight. And he hasn't done that yet. Well, he beat Lara. I get Lara. He's an elite junior middleweight. He has beat Lara. But it was close. You know, he did beat Lara. I will go back and backtrack and say I was wrong. He did beat Lara. You know, and everybody was ecstatic when he beat Lara. But it was a tough, competitive fight. And that's a tough fight. That's one tough fight. But the other two, I'm not giving y'all a pass and saying that was a tough fight. You know, I'm tired in boxing where you got to continue to hold on and wait for certain fights. Now he pulled his injury. Now he gonna have a tune-up. Then he gonna have an IBF manager. You're not gonna just fight to 2020. And people say, just be patient, let it marinate. Well, I'm tired of letting be in all the great fights in boxing. We gotta be patient and let it marinate. But they want us to pay $13, $14 a month for HBO, Showtime, and $5 for the ESPN app, and then $10 or $15 for the zone. And y'all fans around here going along with it, making excuses for grown men, saying, "Oh, just wait, we can let it marinate." For what? For what? Why not let them get it popping? Don't stop saying this dude fought 3 tough fighters. He didn't. Dude fought a cherry picking Harrison, you know, and he fought a state. He fought a showcase fight with Trout, and he had a tough fight with Lara. The only tough fight he had was Lara. That's it. And he was down to all 3 of them at some point in that fight, big. And only thing that saved him versus Harrison is Harrison wasn't in no shape. Only thing that saved him versus Trout is Trout couldn't punch. If Trout can punch, he would have knocked Cuz out. And what saved him in Lara was the knockdown. And you telling me Lara don't deserve a rematch? Hell yeah, he do. He was a long-reigning WBA champion. He was a long-reigning WBA champion. He deserved a rematch. But he said he don't want to fight, or he don't want to rematch with Lara because he want to become undisputed. But then again, he trying to fight a mandatory in J-Rock. Get the fuck up out of here. He trying to fight Kell Brook. The hell up out of here. Dude's a clown, man. I'm going to call a clown the clown. Which I know what it is, man. I ain't going to like it, but I'll just speak the truth. It's TBC and more. It's your boy Goodfella. One time for the one time. We back grinding. Don't forget the links in the description. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And like I said, man, we grinding. Definitely appreciate all the brothers out there checking the videos out. We gone.